Good evening. It's nice to be with you again, isn't it, Ronnie?
Yes, it is. And in a packed programme tonight, we shall have the world's most short-sighted knife-throwing act, Samuel Zolder II, and his assistant, Zelda the 29th.
But first, the news. Barbara Castle said today that before long there would be a woman Prime Minister of this country. Mr. Harold Wilson said, I heartily agree. Mr. Wilson was wearing a powder blue dress with matching hat.
The Ministry of Health announced today that due to a phenomenal increase in the national birth rate, expectant mothers are warned that there is now a 12-month waiting list.
Uganda. General Amin took delivery of an open car today. In case of wet weather, there is a special button. General Amin simply presses it, and it stops raining.
But here is an announcement. Police report very heavy traffic over Putney Bridge. It's been so heavy, in fact, that one woman had to abandon her car and continue her driving test on foot.
We'd also like to announce that the Gay Lib recruiting vehicle may be touring your area this week. It's very easy to recognise. It's mauve in colour, and the number plate is RU12.
And it may be in reverse gear. Owing to the shortage of free-range chickens, several government committees are to be set up to discover an alternative way of hatching eggs. Mr. Edward Heath has already promised to sit on them.
Sport. At the ladies' show jumping today, Miss Annalie Drummond-Hay got 3 faults for a refusal, and Elsie Jones got £4 for an acceptance.
There was trouble in the National Poker Championships at the Albert Hall. The hall was packed, but when the poker players heard Raquel Welch and Elizabeth Taylor were outside, everyone rushed out. Which just shows that 2 pairs can beat a full house.
Finally, we've just had news of 3 important business mergers. Pie Records merged with Apple Records today to make apple pies. Hawker Aviation joined up with Cyril Lords to make flying carpets for the Persian market. And Crispy Bacon Limited merged with Rolls-Royce to make sausage rolls and Royce Krispies.
The sketch that follows features Mr. Ronnie Corbett, who at the National Theatre next month will play the part of a man who's been married for 20 years. In the next production, he hopes to get a speaking part.
Mr. Braithwaite, come in, sit down, will you, Mr. Braithwaite? Now then, the Labour Exchange have sent you round here for this job. I'd just like you to help me by helping me to fill in a little questionnaire, if you would. It's the sort of thing we do with all job applicants, all right? Will you take down Mr. Braithwaite's replies, please, Claire?
Yes, ready.
Good. Now, first of all, full name, George Pip Braithwaite. Pardon? George Pip Braithwaite. I see. Address, 41 Whizbang Crash Gardens, Potted Shrimp, Sussex.
Potted Shrimps, where's that?
It's a suburb of Horsham, just beyond Ponky Doos on the Bedstead Lane.
Honky where?
Doos? Ponky Doos. Age? 40. Thank you. Inside leg, 26 and a half.
I beg your pardon?
Not at all, I enjoyed it. Previous experience? 31. No, Mr. Braithwaite, please. Details of your previous experience. Well, for 3 years I was in the grunt business, polishing tapioca for organ grinders, and I left there because of the parrot stuffers. Then, for a number of years, I went bang for a deaf drum in the London Symphony Orchestra. I chewed parsley for Rolls-Royce for a while. Then I went to the Foreign Office as a bucket balancer. Finally unscrewed my left leg and fell over. One final question, Mr. Braithwaite. What would you say would be your main ambition in life? Well, I'm going to form a national naked ladies' choir to travel all over the country, bringing music to millions and pleasure to the deaf. Well, thank you, Mr. Braithwaite, very much for coming. We will be in touch. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good day.
Good day.
Well?
Well, I had the feeling he didn't really want the job. Anyway, he's not right.
Well, I don't know what we're going to do. I mean, you'll have to find someone soon, Claire. I mean, you're nearly 36. Your mother and I are getting very worried about it.
Ah oui, les écrits enchantés, tous les se trouvent à forme pour faut qu'on la puisse.
what a downpour. We were lucky to find this place, Jack. I didn't know there were any cinemas in Soho. I thought they were all restaurants. Yeah, it was a lot of money, though. 75p each. Why don't we go in the cheap seats?
Those are cheap seats.
Oh, look, I'm splashed right up my stockings. It's always the same. Whenever I put on new stockings, it pours with rain and I get splashed right up them. What's it called, Jack?
I don't know.
It's foreign, isn't it?
I don't know.
I think it's foreign. Well, it isn't English, anyhow. Oh, yes, it's one of them foreign films. Oh, Mrs. Cook across the road has got some bedroom curtains just like those. Only they're more of a blue. Oh, I like that eiderdown, don't you, Jack? I think I might try and get one of those with our green stamps. I've got almost 8 books now. Oh, isn't she like Muriel?
Who?
Elsie's girl.
No, nothing like her.
Oh, I think she is. Bit bigger, perhaps. Mind you, Muriel takes a 40 now. You had an awful job getting a bridesmaid's dress to fit her. Great big lump she is. Oh, that's just Muriel, that is. She just takes her clothes off and drops them anywhere, all round the bedroom. No sense of tidiness, girls, these days. You know, if she'd got up 10 minutes earlier, she wouldn't have had to rush about like that. Jack, that's one of the soap racks I was telling you about. They've got them at Harris's. They're Continental, special design. Look, you see the way she's leaning it over it to turn the taps off? Well, you can't scratch yourself on them, you see. Because they're all curved over with no rough edges. A lovely shape, aren't they? Oh, he's got a lovely loofah there. Do you think I'd get one of those on my green stamps?
I doubt it,
It's just what I need. There's that bit on my back I never can reach. Oh, look, she's having the same trouble. Ah, he's giving her a hand now. Well, now what's he doing? I think they're trying to save water. Still, you'd think he'd let her get out of the bath first before he got in, wouldn't you? Well, what does Finn mean? Oh, it's the end. We must miss the best part. Look at life number 94. Do it yourself. Ah, this will be more interesting for you, Jack.
Ladies and gentlemen, our guest for this evening, Finn John.
Excuse me, let me have a light, please.
Come back to your place?
Never said that.
Go to bed with you? How dare you?
I never said that. I never said that. I said that.
Sorry about that unexpected outburst, but I'm reading psychology at university, and I'm carrying out a survey on various forms of embarrassment.
Oh, I see.
Hope you'll forgive me.
£15 for the night? You must be joking.
Well, you've done it again, Owen. Retired. That's twice now. First you were a doctor, then you retired, then you went back, and now you've retired again. And you're not enjoying your retirement any more this time than you did the last. Still, you can't keep chopping and changing, can you? I mean, eventually you'll be too old for it. Then what will you do? Yes, you've got that. And when you get too old to retire, you've had it. Still, I do miss going to the surgery and having that little thing hanging around my neck all the time. I wonder what happened to Nurse Jenkins. Man of my qualifications sitting here, feeding the birds. Seems wrong somehow, petty thing to do. Should be something bigger. I could go to the zoo and feed the elephants, I suppose. Stupid, that is. That's stupid, that is. ONMD stands for mentally deficient. What's wrong with feeding birds? I mean, they enjoy it, don't they? Oh, that's the bread with the arsenic on it for the rats. Oh, dear. I'm getting so absent-minded. Getting old, you see. Doesn't seem 5 minutes ago since I was as young as them two. Oh, people get old so quick. As quick as that, though. Oh, sorry. Priorities all wrong these days. You want to forget about the drug traffic and do something about the Saturday traffic. Ridiculous. 5 hours to get to America and 20 minutes to cross the road. How's that for cheap? They wouldn't stop like that for me. Well, he might.
Oi, Grandad, you're trying to kill yourself. I'll buy your pension book off you, stupid old twig.
I'm trying to stay alive, thank you.
Well, that's the way you go about it. You ought to see a doctor.
I am a doctor.
Are you? Dr. Owen?
Yes? How did you know?
I'll be looking for you. So she says, Dr. Owen's your man, she says. He'll give you a helping hand, she says. He's given me one many a time. Has he, I said. So that's why I'm here in your house, drinking your tea, telling you my sad story.
I see. No one to love you and nowhere to go, is it?
Well, now I was restless, you see, because I come from a broken home.
Oh, dear, what caused that?
Well, my mum was very clumsy.
Oh, dear.
Broken china all over the place, you couldn't sit down, you know what I mean? Not sitting down, I couldn't settle, you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, how can I help you then?
Well, I thought I might settle here for a day or two. I mean, you must have a room upstairs you're not using.
Oh, no, I haven't.
Well, you live in your own, don't you?
Yes.
Well, why haven't you got a spare room upstairs then?
This is a bungalow, that's why. Anyway, I just rented this place to get away from people. I want to be on my own.
Well, we will be on our own.
Oh, well, there's spare rooms through by there.
All right, then.
But it would only be for a couple of days now.
Oh, of course, I'll pay you and all that.
Oh, what with?
Well, watches, lighters, whatever you're short of, you know what I mean?
How about money?
Ah, that's a little bit more tricky, you understand?
Yes, unfortunately, money talks.
I know, well, I can never keep it long enough to hear what it says, you see. Easy come, easy go, mate, that's me.
Yeah, you never heard of thrift, I suppose, have you?
Wonderful virtue in an ancestor, but unfortunately none of mine left me as much as the smell of an oily rag, you know what I mean? So.
What do you do that for?
Well, I always react like that to noises, you know what I mean? It's a leftover from the war.
The war? You must have been very tiny during the war.
Yes, I was. My big brother stole all my rations. Aren't you going to find out who that is at the door?
Yes, I'm going.
I'll just get my gear in the spare room and you come and tell me who it is straight away, all right?
Yes?
Dr. Owen,
Yes?
I wonder if I could see you. A friend sent me.
Oh, you better come in then. I'm afraid I've got someone with me at the moment. If you wouldn't mind waiting in here, please.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good God, are you all right?
Hey, no, it's all right. I always hang my clothes up the floor, you know what I mean? Yeah, not a bad little bed you got in there. That'll do me fine, you know, till I get fixed up. Wonderful. Listen, who was it at the door then?
Oh, some girl who said her friend had sent her. I don't know, they treat me like an information bureau.
Well, you see, you've got a kindly face, haven't you, eh? Listen, Doc, you'll never know how grateful I am to you for you taking me in like this.
Oh, really?
No, because I shan't tell you, that's why. Give us me bag over there's a good lad, eh?
Yeah.
No, I don't believe in thanking things for people for things, you know, not things for people. I don't believe in thanking people for things either. Ta.
Why don't you?
Well, they start expecting favours in return, women and all that.
I see, you're not the marrying kind then, is it?
Wedding bells never. No, look, the only difference between a wedding and a funeral, mate, is that you can smell your own flowers. Most men fall in love with a pair of legs and make the mistake of marrying the whole girl.
Bit of a philosopher on the quiet, aren't you?
Well, I know women and all that.
Yes, well, I don't know that one in there. I better go and see what she's doing.
Yeah.
Shall be a minute. Madam, I don't know who you are, but would you mind getting up off the kitchen table and putting your underwear back on? I'm not a doctor anymore now. I've retired, see? Oh. Mind you, I will say that's a beautiful job someone did on your appendix. Nearly 10 o'clock. Time he was up. I'll take him a cup of tea. I didn't hear him come in last night. I wonder what time it was. Oh, why am I acting like a ruddy nursemaid? What am I doing? I need to look after people, that's my trouble. I should never have given up medicine. I should have kept on practicing. I might have got good at it. Good gracious, what's going on here?
Good morning, Grandad.
Yeah, what is all this? Who's that?
That's me cousin, Bobby.
Bobby, what's he doing here?
Bobby, it's a good job you retired, mate. It's a bird.
Oh, is it? Well, it can just flutter off. Listen, you come in here taking your clothes off early in the morning without being invited? I retired to get away from all that. Oh, she doesn't say much, does she? Eh? Your cousin doesn't say much. What is she, deaf and dumb or something?
Well, not exactly, but she has difficulty in speaking.
Oh, why is that?
Every time she tries to talk, I hit her in the mouth, that's what.
Oh, that's very nice, isn't it? It's very charming domestic scene. What do you mean by coming here and turning this place into a Soho strip club? Have you no conscience?
Yeah, I don't believe in conscience, mate. Conscience never stopped you doing anything wrong. Just stop you enjoying yourself, that's all. Anyway, she don't come from Soho. She comes from Coventry, don't you, darling?
Oh, does she? Yeah. Well, she can just go back there straight away. Otherwise, I'll have no compunction but to take her outside and kick her straight up the M1.
Well, that's very choice, that is. Very.
And you too, and you. You can be out, both of you. Out of this house.
So much for hospitality.
Never mind hospitality. I'm just going on horse sense, that's all.
What's horses got to do with it?
Horses just happen to be more intelligent than we are, that's all. You don't get horses betting on people, do you? No. And it's about time I stopped doing it too. Out, both of you. Out.
All right, Grandad, all right. And don't start shouting. I can stand on my own 2 feet, you know. I'm a self-made man.
Self-made? What did you do, run out of materials?
What are you looking at, Twiggy?
Self-made. What a horrible example of unskilled labour. Well, I've learned my lesson. No more social problems. Back to medicine for me. At least if it doesn't work out right then, you can blame it on the National Health.
Dr. Owen!
I've come back. I'm going to carry on.
I somehow knew you would. Everything's just as you left it.
Charles, darling, I'd like you to meet Horace Mason. Have a cosy little chat.
Hello.
Yes, I am.
I say, you're that mind reader chappie.
I'm very well, thank you.
How are you?
About 20 years now.
How long have you been reading minds?
Yes, that's right.
You find it very difficult?
Well, I suppose some people could, but I think it's a gift.
Can anybody read minds?
Well, she's never complained.
Must be awfully difficult for the wife.
I've got two, Jean and June.
Any children?
Yes. Australia, America, New Zealand, and parts of Warrington.
You must have travelled to some very interesting places.
Yes, in a minute, dear.
Will it be much longer?
That or that's the wife.
Who's that lady?
A lot of chaps say the same.
Dashed attractive.
The matter of fact, she can.
Can she read minds as well?
How dare you?
I think you better.
I'm going home. Good evening. I thought tonight that we... By the way, do I look all right tonight? Because I'm asking you that because they've got this new makeup girl, you know, here, and I'm not sure, you know, whether she's caught the Ronnie Corbett look, you know. No, you must realise that I don't look anything like this in real life. Good heavens, would you? No, this is my television image. You know, a lot of us look totally different outside the studio, honestly. I mean, lots of you must have thought you'd seen a familiar figure going into Harrods, not knowing that that wasn't the Queen Mother, that was Roger Moore. And would it surprise you to know that in real life, I am the spitting image of Rock Hudson? The resemblance is uncanny. Now, listen to this. Listen. Yesterday, I met my mother. It's rather a silly way of putting it, because that wasn't the first time I've met her. Good heavens, I've known her for years. Anyway, I met my mother on the street, you know, she didn't recognize me. I said, hello, Mother. She said, and then she said, oh, it's Ronnie, she said. She said, I thought it was Rock Hudson. Now, she was so surprised, she nearly dropped her tray of matches. Now, I suppose you're thinking, why is his mother selling matches in the street? Well, it's hardly worth opening a shop for half a dozen boxes of matches. Anyway, she wasn't actually selling matches, you know. She was closed for stock taking. Getting ready for the Christmas rush, I expect, you know. Of course, my dad helps out a bit as well. I mean, you know, I know it doesn't sound much. Fire prevention officer for a tray of matches. But that's what he does. No, he stands over in the doorway of C&A's with a cup of water, starting blocks, and a fire bell. Now, he used to stand there with a cup of sand, until somebody took it away from him and gave it to an old gentleman who had fainted. And to be absolutely honest, if you're not feeling too well, the last thing you need is a mouthful of sand. And the owners of the shop, where the deceased had just bought himself a bridesmaid's dress with yellow ribbon and kinky boots, you know, they were very, very upset. And a reputable firm, or reputable people, like C&A's, can be a bit difficult. C was all right. No, C was lovely. Good as gold, C was. He said it was an accident. But A, well, you know A. You know what A can be like. I knew about him when I was at school. He was always in the bathroom with B, emptying the bath faster than C. At least that's what we were led to believe at the time. A bit like, yes, now, anyway. Not that, no, not that. Yeah. Anyway, now he stands there ready for action with a cup of water, which is just as good, except for last winter when it froze during a false alarm and loosens two of her teeth. Though I must say my father has tried to be a success in life, you know. He lost a lot of his money in his London's only drive-in do-it-yourself sheep dip. That didn't work at all. Before I go any further, and there can't be much further to go, I must correct any wrong impression. My parents don't need to carry on like this, not at all. I personally allow them 20 quid a week. I don't allow them, I pay them. You know, £20 a week. Have done for years. It all dates back to when I was a little baby and they sold me my first pram. Of course, I had no money at the time, and when you're 1 year old, you'll sign anything. Now, I wouldn't mind so much, but it wasn't even a pram, it was a basket, you know, stolen out of a supermarket. A quick respray and a change of wheels, and there I am at the age of 1 riding about town in a hot basket. Anyway, we're going along one day, and Dad is pushing, you see, and I'm riding. And he looked down at me, he said, Ron, he said, have you heard the one about the chap in the cinema? That's a sneaky way into the story, isn't it? Have you heard the one about... And I remember this quite distinctly because it was my birthday, and they'd given me a very nice present, an old bra. And they told me it was a double-barreled catapult. Anyway, get back to the story. He said, there is this chap in the cinema. There is this chap in the cinema. He had a quaint delivery like that. He said, there is this chap in the cinema, and he's laying across 3 or 4 seats, like this, you see. in the cinema, you see. And the manager... Oh, that took a lot out of me, that. And the manager comes along and he says, now, sir, sit up nicely and watch the picture like the others, or you have to leave. And the chap just stares at him like that. And makes these silly noises, you see. And the other patrons are going, shh, shh, and chuck him out. And the manager said to him, look, my good man, you're obviously not in any condition to enjoy the films, so I think we'll give you your money back and put you in a taxi and send you home. He said, now, where are you from? And the chap said, the gallery. The gallery.
Our guests for tonight, with a medley from their latest album, Jehoshaphat and Jones.
Heat up the coffee, serve up the stew. Pull up a chair, cause my neighbors need you. You take the golf clubs, I'll take the car. What's yours is mine, cause that's what neighbors are.
John and Joe were neighbors, they lived side by side. Joe, he was a bachelor, John, he had a bride. They borrowed from each other, just like neighbors do. Said Joe, I keep 2 lawnmowers when only one will do.
Heat up the coffee, serve up the stew. Pull up a chair, cause my neighbors need you. You take the golf clubs, I'll take the car. What's yours is mine, cause that's what neighbors are.
Young John drove home to Joe's house and returned his neighbour's car, then popped in through Joe's back door to borrow a good cigar. On the couch lay his old wife Molly, with her cheeks so blushing red. She said, poor Joe's TV don't go, so he switched me on instead.
Heat up the coffee, serve up the stew. Pull up a chair, cause my neighbors need you. You take the golf clubs, I'll take the car. What's yours is mine, cause that's what neighbors are.
I wish we had a baby, said John to his wife one day. Cause neighbor Joe's got a baby carriage he wants to give away. So they both looked under the gooseberry bush and the telephone to Stork. But it never came and it seemed a shame to take an empty pram for a walk.
John went away on a business trip and he spent a year at sea. When he came back, he found his wife with a baby on her knee. She said Joe brought it over one night as I lay asleep. The stork left twins at Joe's house, so he gave me one to keep.
Heat up the coffee, serve up the stew. Pull up a chair, cause neighbors need you. You take the golf clubs, I'll take the car. What's yours is mine, cause that's what neighbors are.
Oh, Mary Lou, I'm calling you up on the telephone to say thanks for coming to the dance with me and letting me take you home. I'm sorry I seemed so nervous and started to stammer and to sweat, but it started just as soon as I saw you and I ain't got over it yet. I stared at your great big beautiful blue green eyes. I wondered if you flirted with all the guys. When you smiled, I nearly shut right out the door. Cause I've never seen such pretty little toots. My collar gets awful tight when I feel you close as I did last night. I'll get a funny feeling in my brain, and I can't put words in the I just gotta see you again.
Pauline was a Tennessee queen, as pretty a critter as you ever seen. But she was so dumb that no matter how she tried, when she opened her mouth, she put her foot right inside.
We knew what she meant, we knew what she meant. We heard what she said, but we knew what she meant.
One day she went into a department store and she said to the guy who was stood by the door, I need some material to make a new belt. Perhaps you can tell me where I can get felt.
Well, we knew what she meant, we knew what she meant. We heard what she said, but we knew what she meant.
Pretty girls and neon lights, Lord, you made the darkness bright. The hole in my blue jeans is hard to find.
But when the wind is blowing from behind,
it blows my mind.
People stop and people stare. They don't know that I'm not there. Some folks say that thinking makes you blind. And when the wind is blowing from behind, it blows my mind.
Up that polecat juniper tree, lying in the yard with a belly full of watermelon. Don't pick cotton and don't plant grass.
Down Louisiana where the corn is high, keep jumping up to see the girls pass by. Down by the river where the bulrush grows, watch out swimming there without no hesitation. Lying in the yard with the belly full of water, dealing up cotton and the don't plant grass. Out in the open, sitting in my corn patch.
Met Mary Ellen by the old barn door. I know just what she's a-waiting for. Up in the loft where the oil lamp flickers, I lost my heart and she lost her parasol. Look,
Lying in the yard with the belly full of water, dealing up cotton and the don't plant grass. Out in the open, sitting in my corn patch.
Well, that's all for this week. Next week, we'll be talking to a man who's such a Puritan he won't sleep with his wife because she's a married woman.
And we'll have a demonstration of 16 ways of cooking cenopods by the Galloping Gourmet.
But now some late news from the courts. In the Central Criminal Court today, a man was acquitted of a charge of gross indecency as he'd only been indecent 143 times.
Two Irishmen were apprehended today when they broke into a London bookmaker's and lost £800. The two men charged were Terence Finnegan, who gave his address as No Fixed Abode, and Paddy Muldoon, who when asked for his address, said, I live in the flat above him.
Later, Mr. George Thomas was granted a divorce on the grounds of his wife's adultery. After the hearing, he stated, she led me a dog's life. I was fed on scraps, made to fetch her slippers, and forced to beg for my favourite biscuits. So when I found her in bed with the postman, I did what anyone else in my position would have done. I bit him in the leg.
And we've just heard that a soldier at Purbright was awarded the VC today for saving a whole battalion of men. He shot the cook.
The Family Planning Association announced today that in Britain, 90% of all parents are or have been on the pill, and 85% of them are women. Of this 85%, 40% are at present on it, 20% are off it, 11% are on it on and off, and 12% are off it off and on. 9% are often on it, 8% are often off it, 7% are off it and wish they were on it, and 3% are on it and off it so seldom it doesn't matter. Of the rest, 5% are don't knows, 4% are don't cares, 2% are no don'ts, and Mrs. Ivy Whizzer was disqualified for ruining her entrance form.
So it's good night from me.
And it's good night from him. Good night.
Good night. Good night.